Hello and welcome to Hobz and Friendz. Today we are in Eastern Waste and we're going to work on the mercenary quests here in the zone. If we take a look here at the achievements for this zone and this expansion are worth a lot, right? So look at experience. We're going to get 16% experience for doing these three quests. And then when we do the partisans, we're going to get 100%. So we're going to get a level out of that just for doing these two quests. And then that kind of carries throughout the rest of the expansion. We should end this expansion at 115. We're going to do everything pretty much in all of these. I plan on doing one video per quest because they are kind of lengthy in most cases, but that's kind of that. We'll do the mercenaries as a one unit in the zone, and we'll talk about where we're at right now. Though I did talk a little about it in the how I play my 110 warrior and cleric videos, and along with the altogether video with the three characters. Now, I have added my 125 Beast Lord to the group because I want to get her quest done at the same time, along with get her some AAs. We are at 125. We are going to have her in the group anyway, so I might as well just do it now to kind of speed up some of this questing and stuff like that. She is going to be doing pure DPS, so not much there. So all we got to do is talk to Reclamation Officer Amorum here, right here, and he's going to give us 3 quests. And you know, he's going to go through here. So finally, it's good to see someone here who can fight as hard as one of us. I'm not going to sweeten this story. The wastes are looking more grim than usual, and the living are going to need help, all the help we can get. I am a reclamation officer of this camp. It is nice to meet you, but we'll have to dispense with the normal pleasantries as we have a bigger problem to tackle at the moment. I hope you brought some source of heat, because it's going to be a long night. Fight? You may have noticed that we're up to our necks in the denizens who refuse to journey to the plane of their gods. Because of this, we need strong-willed individuals such as yourself to take up the mantle and assist the living with culling the ranks of the undead. We are not sure what is going on around here, but we are pretty sure it has something to do with that cursed tower. Undead? Let's see here. We need to reduce the number of undead in the waste, but these undead are far more tenacious than the ones we have encountered before. The only thing we can, any of us can guess, is that something happened in that accursed tower, causing them to be harder to kill. Again, while they become only mildly inconvenienced when we destroy their physical form, we can make a lasting change by destroying what is fueling their return. What is fueling their return? Each monster we must face will require a different method of destruction, some of which have their essences removed and obliterated by special magics, while others need to have their frozen hearts shattered. Alright. Essence. Let's see here. Collecting these essence will be no small feat. If you manage to destroy any banshees or Coldane, you might be able to collect the remains and free their body. Now some of the most recent Coldane and Banshees won't have enough essence to gather, which is a good thing. I see it. Means we don't have to worry about them coming back to the dead anymore. Alright, so Banshees, that gives us a quest. Coldane gives us a quest. And Hearts is going to give us a 3rd quest. Pretty much telling us to go kill 6 giants. 6 Coldanes in their essence and 4 Banshees in their essence, right? So that is what we're going to do. So let's get invis here. So invis, now we do have double invis, so we are going to be able to kind of skirt our way through the zone with both invis, so that's going to be nice. Now, if you watch the how I play my 120 my 110 warrior bard cleric video, you'll know that I came here and I did some massive destruction, and we had a good time. We killed the named Sophia the Quiet and Kadane the Unmourned. So we are quite capable of having a good time here. So let's see if we can find one of these right here. So here is a Wandering Mourner. Go ahead and schwack this one here. See if I can get on the right spot of this. Now, obviously I'm going to have way more DPS because I have my Beast Lord, and that is a good thing. So, but just keep in mind I can do all this without her. I'm just doing the quest so that we can get this done all together. Now I'm going to turn off the rolling on this because we need to distribute this amongst characters here. So Tawani needs 2 essence to finish her quest. We're just going to give those to her. And I can't right click. Stupid ass client. All right, give those to her. Done. All right. So she's done with that. Now, if we take a look here, there is no named up. So let's keep going. Now, there might be one more of these down here sometimes. Otherwise, the other 3 are on the other side. So let's go back this way. And let's invis up so we don't get mobbed, right? Now, so the way this works is there's usually 3 mercenary quests, 3 partisan quests, and then a mission for the zone. I'm going to do the missions at the end because the missions, if we look here, right, if you do the mission right here, hero of, such and such, right, we're going to get a level. Right, and I want that to be at the end of our little journey here so that it pushes us further into the 115 plus range, right? That is my goal, is to be at least 115 by the time we're done with this, because that should be where we end up. Now, if you're watching this, when it comes out, we're currently going to be in an experience bonus. But while I'm playing right now, there is no experience bonus. It's still a rare bonus right now. So I will see more rares, and you will see more. You will see more experience. So your mileage will definitely vary. Now I think the names are worth multiple percentages per. So it just depends on some factors there, but. There we go. Perfect. Now we can take this. I'm going to go ahead and roll this for me because I'm the only one who needs these ones. Nomregard and Stasi already have this quest done. So we can grab this Restless Coldane. And do this. So we need, what, 6 of these ones too, and I believe Tawani's the only one who needs it. She needs 3, so. Perfect. Alright, we got 1. I'm going to go ahead and give these to Tawani just so I can get hers done while we're grinding this out, because I'm not going to stop. I'm not stopping making the video until I'm done with this on this character, so. But in the how I play video, we go through this pretty much, run around, kill 20 mobs, and you can see the we're getting. I don't know why my DPS meter is not showing. There we go. You can kind of see. That's about what we're getting inside the normal DPS there. So it's pretty decent DPS. So she needs 2, so we can give these to Tawani, so I don't have to think about it anymore. There we go. So having the Beast Lord is definitely going to speed things up. I was kind of using her when I was killing names. Now, I guess how I leveled, right? So I went pretty much to Licinium at 100, and I stayed there. We did the 100 video, and I just stayed there to finish the Hunter. Now, I got terrible luck on one of the spawns. It was the Lost Hunter. And it didn't spawn for levels. Literally levels. I killed every placeholder in the zone multiple times and it never spawned. And so I got to like 104, I think it was, and then I moved over to Scorched Woods, and I stayed in Scorched Woods for a while. Until I was I think I finished the Hunter in Scorched Woods. Yeah, I did. And that took a while because some of these are kind of hard to get, but I did that. And then I moved over to, I think, Frontier Mountains, worked on a little bit there. And I went into Droga and I got destroyed. I never went into Chardok. I never went there and I never went there. I immediately went to Ring of Scale about 106, 107. And I just stayed there. It was way better experience in Ring of Scale at 105 plus. So I kind of just went with that as my the place I spent most of my time. And I worked on the over there Hunter and the Vision's Peak. Now I went to Vision's Peak at 109 and I was able to do it, but it was difficult and it might have made a good video or two, but I was literally just doing the hunters, so I wasn't really spending a lot of time. There's a named up. I wasn't spending a lot of time trying to kill a lot of mobs. I was more or less just, you know, killing the named. So it, you know, when it wouldn't have really made a good video because, you know, we already did. I mean, we did a lot of VP, right? Like in the Hobz and Friendz series, we already did the entirety of Empires of Kunark and the entirety of Ring of Scale. So it was literally just the same thing that we'd already done with no real difference. In all honesty, there was no difference in doing that. Now, when we did it with Hobz as the Shadow Knight, it was significantly easier because of how much over leveled he was. I believe he was already 110 when we got to Ring of Scale and Empires of Kunark, right? I think we gotten to at least 100 in House of Thule. I think that's like where we were, and so we were like super over leveled, and by the time we got to, like, you know, harder content, we had already kind of gotten to the point where we were already good to go. And so that kind of made it a lot easier the first time through, because it was definitely not trivial the next time we went through. All right, I'm gonna pop you guys like right here so I can negotiate this this pull a little bit better. Now, somewhere around here there is a wolf named Windchill, and these dumbasses are on broadcast mode. Alright, so let's get you. Alright, still up. So let's move you a little closer so I can see, and then get you Beast Lording right there. Now, the Galeon here, that is her mercenary. He's going to pull aggro off on me for like a lot of this, which is unfortunate, but it's, you know, he's doing way more DPS than I am at the moment. And right now, I explained it in the Warrior video, and I explained it in the how I play them all together video. I'm using Wormslayer main hand to reduce the damage that I'm going to be taking from pretty much everything. And I feel like it's working pretty well. I don't feel like I'm getting absolutely destroyed in this zone, but definitely a interesting play, I think. See, he's like pulling the guy, like, right, it's unyielding, and just bring him over here. There we go. Let's do commanding voice, field armor. There he is. There's the named over there. So we're gonna pop him. I think we got two. Oh my gosh, that is a beautiful pull. Absolutely beautiful. We're gonna go ahead and do commanding. We're doing a mage hunter. I'm gonna flash of anger just so we do not take any damage. I'm gonna move the Beast Lord. Gonna move the Bard. And I think we're good. Now, obviously I'm losing aggro here and there, but I don't think it's going to last too long as I start getting more and more aggro built up. I do not have an aggro procer in my main hand. The Worm Slayer does not have any kind of aggro built into it, which is unfortunate. But it is reducing damage. The stupid mercenary won't stop taunting off me. Here, Warlord's Fury. Rampage. There we go. There we go. I might switch him to something else, but there we go. Got him. We got a nice belt, which is the DPS belt, and arms, which are nice arms and stuff like that. So, all right, now we can continue killing dwarfs and maybe killing more of those ghosts. I don't know if they've respawned yet. There's not very many ghosts that spawn in the zone. Actually, we can go up this way. There is a ghost that spawns over here, and we can kind of catch the roundabout there. We also need to kill restless giants, which spawn right about here too. And they are feisty little guys in this zone. They are feisty, and I believe some dwarves spawn up in this general area right here. Yeah, there's a dwarf right there. So we can grind these ones out real quick right here. But really didn't have as much, obviously it's easier with, a 125 Beast Lord in the group. But I don't have her pet taunting or anything like that, so she is, just DPS. And I need to get her quest done. I need to get her AA, and I might as well do it now. Right? I don't have time to play multiple iterations of all these guys anymore. What I should have done is when I got to one hold on, I'm losing my concentration here. What does she need? All right, she doesn't need any more, so I can just roll these to myself. Oh, I should have done is when I got to 100, I should have heroically boosted something on her account so I could have her going. I got into it a little late that I decided I wanted a fourth because I was just having so many issues with the design of what I want to do for my group, right? And having, a support, a tank, and a healer kind of really limits you on being able to build other classes out. And for example, right, like I want to try out a berserker, right? And I would like to have a bard in the group when I try a berserker. And Tawani's going to be my berserker, but she's also going to be a bard. So I'm going to make Stasi a bard, and it gets kind of complicated. I got all mapped out, but 4 seemed to be like more the magic number for being able to be flexible and still have what I want in the group, right? I want a tank at all times because that's what I like to play from. I want a healer at all times, right? Whether it be a shaman, a druid, or a cleric, right? I want one of those at all times. I found, trying to just use a mercenary just isn't as fun as you would expect it to be. So that gives me, 2 slots that are pretty much hard-coded to one of, the 3 classes for each of those, right? Now, there's 2 support classes. There's Enchanter and there's a Druid. And, Enchanter and Druid. Enchanter and Bard. And those are pretty much it, right? Like, there's only 2 of them. So, you got really have a lot of options when it comes to which one you want to do for that, right? I prefer bards because they're easier to box and you don't really lose a lot. You can't. For me, it's hard to box and charm, right? And charming sucks after 70 in all my testing. So, I just felt like it wasn't worth it to, think about that. Now, I'm going to put an enchanter on Nomergard at some point, but I'm kind of gonna go down like Shaman Druid on him next. So kind of giving me some, you know, flexibility there. But during Extra Life, I'm planning on like super power leveling all those combinations. So then you get down to DPS, right? There is no room in a 3-man for a DPS class, except you're, you know, dealing with the stupidity that is the mercenaries, right? They're absolutely stupid. Like I just don't even enjoy having them in the group, but you know, it's pretty much required to get anything done, in all honesty. But having that flexibility of having a, you know, like I can switch out the Beast Lord to something else, or you know, so and so. Like she's also a 125 mage, a 125 druid, and I think there's something else on her also. So I can just swap them out and change the entire, you know, complexity of the group in like seconds, right? So it kind of gives me flexibility where I can try different things, and you know, at the end of the day, that's, you know, kind of what I want. But I want to, you know, I'm planning on a Berserker. 20's already a Rogue. I might just heroic boost that to 100, because I just, you know, lost interest in trying to solo a Rogue to 120. Right? Like it is not pleasant to solo in this game beyond level 70, and you know, I'm kind of like, that's kind of why like this series kind of took over the No Regards journey that I was doing, because soloing and doing raids is quite difficult, in all honesty. Like it is not like, you know, some of the raids I go in, I just, you know, plop them down, but there's a lot of like prep work that's involved in killing trash and stuff like that, and it's, you know, I can literally turn on attack and walk away for, you know, 10 minutes because the damage is so low and stuff like that, and eventually the mercenaries aren't going to be allowed in the instances, so it's, you know, even harder without a healer. So it's kind of, you know, some thought process there. All right, we finished the giant one. That's done. So we have 0.4% experience just for doing that. 106 platinum for, you know, spending the time killing giants. Now, if we run over here, we're up on the like almost northern coast right here. We should run into a ghost or two that we can get what appears to be one more essence. That's all I need. Yeah, I need one more essence. But it looks like we got some dwarfs right here we can schwack. I need 5 more dwarf essence, and 20's done, so it all works out. But in the DPS, in the parsing video for 110, I do go over like the how much the damage shield, right? We have a 120 mage. I didn't log in my 125 mage because they're all personas, and it's like tedious to like switch them all around. I haven't logged in a 125 mage to buff him yet, so it's always the 120 mage that's buffing him, and so he doesn't have the best damage shield. It's only 7,800 right now. So it's not that much DPS as you would expect. I thought it would be slightly more than it actually turned out to be. Wow, that's a lot of giants down there. I didn't know they're there. We got some zombies right here. Where the hell are we? All right, let's see. I don't think I've actually been up in this spot before. Maybe I have. I don't know. But it's definitely kind of like, I don't know, I lost my train of thought. I totally lost it. Oh my god, look at that. We're almost 111. Holy shit. That's crazy. I mean, we're getting 0.4 per. I don't have an experience potion on. I don't have there's no experience bonus going on right now. So this is good experience. I was not getting this level of experience in Ring of Scale. So if I popped a potion, I'd be getting 0.8 right now. But I'm kind of saving my potions for extra life. so that I can totally maximize that as much as absolutely possible. Nothing there. There should be a ghost up here. Like, I don't want to leave without killing the ghost, because there's a very limited amount of ghosts up here. She should be maybe on the other side of this hill. Yeah, there she is. Alright. But we did fight this named, the name that spawns from the ghost, and she does like 80,000 damage a tick, right? She does like a dot or a proc or something like that. It's absolutely brutal. Definitely a harder encounter, but the warrior, not such a bad, you know, existence, right? Like, the warrior is by far one of my favorite classes. I always played on a TLP, and I just because I want a tank, right? And you know, in classic, people say Shadow Knights and Paladins tank as well, but I did a Paladin on a TLP, and it was a miserable experience. I did not do a Shadow Knight yet, but I did do Paladin and Warrior, and I enjoyed Warrior so much. It was probably the best time I've ever had on a TLP is playing a Warrior, and I've done that like 3 times, I think, now. It's just so much fun, but you know, if I had more time, I think it would be better, because then I could do, you know, raids and stuff like that. What? All right, we finished. All right, we finished Banshees. All right, so that's good. We need more dwarfs. Let me see here. Oh, I know where we can go. Let's turn off attack on these guys. And invis up. So if we go directly south here, right? There should be dwarves around one of these things here. What is this? Death. Giant death is what that is right there. Let's see here. Keep going straight across here. Everybody is on follow perfectly. Nice wide open space. You know, you don't have to worry about any turns or anything like that. It's just getting it done. All right. That's the orc fort. Get some ghoul right there, right over here. Should start finding it. There we go. Here's a restless Codain. Should be a few of them over here. There we go. Now, if I'm not mistaken, the partisan quests are shared quests, so they should go pretty easy. For the most part. There's one of them in here. I think it's the Stormborers one, where if you fuck up here, you gotta redo it. It's you like walk here, you spawn some mobs, and then you walk over here to the bridge and you spawn more mobs. If somebody kills your mobs, you're fucked, and you can't do it. It's absolutely annoying. But last time I looked, I was the only one here, and I'm still the only one here, so that's lovely. It's absolutely lovely. It's like my own little private server. But you can see if you watch over here, like, we have a lot of critical right now. I think we have like a 51% critical chance right now. I think that's what I saw on the parser. So it's a pretty nice critical high chance, right? And there's a chance with one of our AAs to turn that into a crippling blow, which just does more damage, right? So we are quite nice on DPS. It looks like we're doing 150k-ish. So that's not too bad. Let's see here. Should be another one. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of them in this little area right here. If we look at the map, like, we're right outside of Kale, so. There we go. And then we'll probably do one video per partisan just so they're easier to search. And I was having all my videos do like 2 a day for a while, and I decided to stop doing that because One, like, there's an issue going on where ad block video views don't count on YouTube anymore. So a lot of my videos aren't getting any views, and then I've seemed to notice that a lot of the videos, the second video gets like absolutely no views. So I'm just going back to one a day, and hopefully that works out. I have no idea what that rabbit's for. I've seen it a lot. It's like some named rabbit. There's like named cats in some zones and named rabbits in some zones, and like there's got to be some reason for it, but I have no idea what it is. All right, Stasi's low. Let's go ahead and Paragon, which should help everybody out. I don't stop, right? So like that's kind of one of my biggest issues. Now, ideally, if you're doing this with boxes, right, you don't want to complete the quest until there's like a lot of items in the loot thing, right? Because for some dumb reason, the more people that have the quest active that don't need any items, more items will drop, right? And they drop more commonly, which makes sense, and it's a good thing. But once like you give, to somebody, right, and they finish the quest, they stop dropping in any kind of successful rate, and it's actually probably one of the most annoying things in the world that you could possibly deal with. I don't think this guy's named. Yeah, he's just a basic bitch, Naraka Lich. There we go. Let's get him. I don't know why I can't hold aggro off that stupid ass mercenary. Oh, there we go. Easy. I'm surprised that's only 0.4. All right. Let's see here. Let's go up this way. See if we can find some more of these dwarfs. I don't know why it's taking so long to get 3 essences. That's Kale, so we need to go this way. A chilled carcass. I always check for named. With the I've gotten a few pieces of Snowbound now. Obviously, I'm wearing full Snowbound. I cover it in the 110 video, but I did not upgrade these guys, their gear. I have the Snowbound to upgrade them. I'm just like holding off on it because I have full ToV or CoV actually sets of gear for the Bard and I think for the Cleric, if I'm not mistaken. So it's like if I can waste 160k getting them Snowbound armor, or I can wait 5 levels and put them in crafted gear that I've already made over the years, right? So it's one of those tricky decisions, but being on FV and being able to move gear around is like the best thing in the world. It just saves so much time to getting things done. Causes more time to do organization though, because I do have literal characters dedicated to holding items. Like it's ridiculous. Because I can't get rid of it fast enough, in all honesty. I put stuff for 1 platinum, I put stuff for competitive under bid prices, and it just sells. Like there's so much stuff. It's just crazy. But I try to do all my Defiant stuff at 1 platinum just to help new players, but I don't think new players buy it, honestly. Verant Markland. I think he's named. No, I don't think so now. Thought it was that guy up there, but that's Verbelo's Wolf Punch. Yeah. We got 2 in the thing, so we just need 1 more. There's 2 getting rolled right now. And I'm the only one rolling on them. And that will wrap up the mercenary once we get that done, which will yield us, well, we most likely, if that one's gonna roll, I think we're done. Let me see here. Let's just send all that to Hobz. Wait, we need 1 more. All right. There's got to be someone around here. Oh, let's go kill this thing. I like killing these things. Now, in COV, in Western Waste, there is a... it's, you know, the scars where outside of ToV, outside the temple, right? There is a bunch of these things. And they're the best mobs to kill for trade skill materials in that expansion, right? They just randomly drop something from everything. And it's just like the most lovely thing in the world. Just makes getting trade skill items in COV trivial. That's why I have so much COV armor, because I found those guys. And the Zlandikar mission was so easy. And it was like, there was like one time where it was like dropping multiple ores or something. It was insane. And I would get a ton of ore, and it was just a great time. And you didn't have to worry about getting the chest piece to upgrade, to make a craft a chest piece. You just had to get an ore. It was so lovely. But now you have to get the ore. I mean, you have to get the token for whatever the fucking item is, and it's just tedious. I have so many items that I'm not going to ever use, right? Like, I have earrings that I'm never going to use. I have necks I'm never going to use. I think rings now, never going to use. Cloaks, never going to use. It's just, like, so ridiculous. Just such a poor itemization decision on just to like stretch out the time required to do something versus implementing more zones. And there we go, 111. What did we get? So we got combat stability upgrades, armor upgrades, +1 to pretty much everything. That is a lovely level. All right, now we still need 1 more Coldane, and that's kind of what I'm looking for. But I'm just literally killing everything I see at this point. What are you guys at? Like, are you guys aren't even close? They're like 60%. So they're gonna take a little while to level. Nomergard's gonna lag behind a lot, and I'll probably have to like do a lot of extra grinding for him. Particularly because he's already done the majority of the quests in the game, so he's already got it all done. Not much left for him to do. Oh wait, that's not good. Flash of Anger, Warlord's Fury, Rampage. I think I got her. Lost Mourner. Excellent. Absolutely, just totally taking 2 yellow mobs. Oh, one's red actually. Never mind. And letting the mercenary pull aggro. He's the DPS mercenary too. I don't know why he's pulling aggro and not evading. It's kind of weird. But he's doing nice damage. I'll tell you that. I've never seen these mourners down here. This is kind of interesting. It's kind of nice to know. Where are we at? Right above sleepers. All right. That'll be useful if I ever come back here. Alright, there's an infected orc. Let's just whack him as we find some more Coldane. I think we can go back north. There should be a few up there. Go. Come on. Excellent. We're gonna not loot that. Can we skirt past those guys? There's a named one that can spawn if we kill enough of them. But I'm not too concerned right now. Oh, we lost our healer. We really lost him. Invis undead. Hopefully he invis undead. Come on, where are you at? Right over here. Oh my god, there's one right next to us. It didn't even attack us. Like, talk about weirdness. Come on. There we go. And we got an essence. I still can't right click. Let's give that to Hobz. And alright, so we got all those done. Now we can make our way. Come back over there and just double checking there's no named. And we can go back to the fort and turn these in. I don't think my campfire is here anymore. It is, but I don't think it's worth blowing my campfire cooldown for that. It's just a short run. Plus, there are shinies, multiple shinies in the ground here that we can pick up along the way. And we're almost there. It's not too big of a zone if you think about it, really. It does not feel as big as the original one, that is for sure. I feel like something's missing, right? Like, this feels like it's been cut in half. I don't know how to explain it. But the other one had a lot of just like dead stuff, right? There's like, it's just nothingness. Is that everybody? All right. So we go here back to this dude. We give him the essence here. And the Banshee essence right there. Deliver that. And there we go. We got 106. There we go. 12% experience. 10 AA. Some Mercenary AA. And we get the achievement Mercenary of Eastern Ways. Done. All right. So next up, we're going to work on the partisan quests one by one as we work our way through this zone, and then we'll move on to, I believe, the Great Divide after this. And then after Great Divide, I believe we go into Tier 2, if I'm not mistaken. Oh no, Crystal Caverns. But that one's pretty easy, so... you know, we get a path forward there. So thank you very much for watching, and please have a fantastic day.